Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DIY or Die, and today we are going to be having some fun with my new 6 kilowatt 240 volt power supply I built. So it's a bit late of a video. I think we're at 29 subscribers right now, but I figured I'll do a 25 subscriber little thank you video. So we are going to be blowing up just a small shaded pole motor from a microwave. I don't know, some random speaker, and we'll try a couple of polarized capacitors there. We got a, let's see, 250 volt 150 microfarad and a 100 volt 680 microfarad. So not bad. So first, before I do that, I'm going to show you guys the power supply here. It's ballasted at 6 kilowatts, like I said. So this wire I got for free from an old camper power supply. I actually have you can see that tear down in the upper corner there at the end of this video. Anyways, got some free thick cable from that. So I use that to feed these. And these are from an industrial coffee machine. So these two, I've just screwed them together, but they were the heating tanks in the back, or from the back of an industrial coffee machine. And so they each have a 3000 watt 240 volt immersion heating element in there, and either one right there you can see that's where I've attached them. And there'd be a copper coil like this. This was actually the exact copper coil from, I think, this first one here, or no, sorry, the second one. And as you can see, those two fittings line up with these two holes, so it would go in there. So the water in here was actually just purely meant for heat transfer. So your coffee for your coffee machine would be pumped through this from your water main. Cold water goes in, travels up this tube here in this 100-degree water, and it gives you a nice heat sink to continuously make coffee at 100 degrees, or relatively close to 100 degrees Celsius. There's a thermocouple in either one of these to monitor the temperature. So yeah, they can really crank out the current through these in parallel, which I have. They're about, I think they were 19 ohms each, so you do the math, it's like 9, 10 ohms, something like that. So that equates to approximately, I think it's actually a little bit over, because depending on the time of day and stuff, I think my supply can get up to 250 volts here. So you're going to get a little over 6,000 watts out of this. And so what I am doing is, this is just, unballasted mains coming in here. I got the one hot, ignore this color code, it's not. White is one of the hots. So you get the one hot feeding through this. So it goes connected to both these in parallel, and then it comes out of here, and here it is here. This other one is completely unballasted, this line here. So it's technically not the best. I could put, if I wanted to get 6,000 watts, but with both lines ballasted, I wouldn't be able to do that with this setup. That's why I figured, well, I'm only going to use 240 volts anyways to blow stuff up. So it's more worthwhile just to leave the one line unprotected and just be careful not to short this to anything. So that's the setup there. These are, of course, both grounded. And I got a third ground lead here, just connected to this big lug right there. And that's just if I am doing tests with 240 volt motors, if I need to ground the frame out or anything. Because this is actually pretty nice to test motors that you aren't sure what they're going to do or something, or equipment, large 240 volt equipment that you need to test, but you don't know if it's going to trip a breaker or something. So you just hook it up to this, and worst case scenario, you'll just be pulling 6,000 watts through the coil, or well, whatever the device happens to be. But yeah, so that's a good little power supply. I just fill it with water, and I've never had it even boil yet, so you don't have to worry about anything. Got my safety squints on here, and I'm just gonna go plug this guy in here. This is just my panel I wired into the garage here. Let's just get this guy in. There we are. I got around 60 amp breaker there. That's 50's for the oven, the other two are for the garage. Yeah, I can talk about that in a later video. So we got her plugged in here. We got No power yet because the breaker's off, but essentially what I'm going to be doing, I'm thinking this ground can just go elsewhere. You don't need it. Let's start off with these capacitors here first, so they'll be the trickiest. I think I'll go get, I'll just tape them to the ground actually. Then I'll just hold these leads directly. See what we get out of that. I'll have to set this up on a stand or something, so I'll be back. So what better tape than a little bit of electrical tape just to keep it on the ground here. So I hope that's a good angle for you guys. I'll zoom in a bit. So really all I'm going to be doing is taking these two live 240 volt wires and then just kind of just holding them like that until something happens. So yeah, I'll go turn the breaker on here. I'll keep one of these capped, and no, contrary to what you guys are going to believe, a mains cable, you know, this is only 120 to ground, so on this concrete here, even though there's rebar and that provides a relatively good grounding, the concrete floor itself is not wet, so there's really not going to be any current at all going from this to through the floor, I should say, so that's not a problem. Okay, we are live. Mains 240 here. Oh. Oh, shorted her out. There's the magic smoke. It's been released. I'll be back. I'm gonna get a fan. It's not good to breathe in. Whew, I left quite the little mark there, and this thing is quite hot. I just am sucking out all the smoke with this homemade contraption here. Just got one of my 120 240 volt auto transformers, and a specially made housing with a fan, especially with all this fuzz right now because it's spring, and just a big old squirrel cage. It'll empty out the garage pretty quick once I have that door open, and I just vent it out through that door. I'll show you how I made that in another video. But back to the destruction. So, one capacitor down. Let's try the old 100 volt. What is this? 680 microfarad. Okay. So here we go. Capacitor number 2. Woo! It's a good one. And as you can see, phase to phase, it doesn't matter. And we got another decent explosion on that guy. He even leaked. I got this stupid electrolyte all over my hands. Now time for the fun one, the little speaker here. So I'll put it like this. You guys don't need to see me. I'm just going to connect them to each one of these terminals here. So one, and nothing, open circuit. And now for the finale, Mr. Fan here. So I'm going to turn the power off again, hook these up to Moretz this time, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully when I turn this on, it doesn't just fly away. It should saturate pretty nicely, not give too much thrust, so I'll go turn the power on here. Okay, well, it's spinning around quite a good amount. Twice its rated voltage. Nothing exciting is going to happen on the front end, so I'll just get that coil here. I'm going to quickly turn the power off. I'm going to try something. That should keep it from twisting. As crappy of a tape job I just did should keep it from twisting. Okay, so take this off the stand. I don't need multiple hands for this one. So what we're going to have going here this 240 volts straight into this motor here, little shaded pole. And couldn't actually tell you the wattage for this. Probably like, I don't know, 30 watts maybe at most. So I'm going to put a clamp meter around this conductor here. It's not going to be pulling more than 20 amps. Alright, and let's go turn the power on. So we're pulling 7.7 amps through this little motor. Only a matter of time. It's actually pumping out a good amount of air, actually. Really heating up, 1.5, 1.45. Ooh, that's never good. Pulling 0 amps now. Nasty. Okay, so I just took this fan apart here, and it's actually, which blade was it? This one. It was spinning quick enough. I was surprised. These are just really cheap blades. They're really flimsy. This was starting to stress fracture here. Right on that, it was about to come off. Well, that's fine. I hope you enjoyed this video of destruction. I'm going to be doing them every 25 subscribers until I hit 100, and there's going to be a big one for that video. So keep watching, keep subscribing, and keep on liking. I'll see you in the next one.